What is the greatest threat to our nation? Think about it for a moment. ISIS, terrorism, illegal immigration, the struggling middle class. Some would say it is the nature of our politics and our political discourse. Too often it is not enough just to argue your position. You have to hate the other side. Kate Flexter joins us with more. Kate.
Thanks, Alan. If you thought political arguments would go away after the election, no such luck. But now some are stepping away from talking politics in an effort to bridge the gap.
It turns out President Trump isn't the only one taking to social media to voice his opinions. Today, it's nearly impossible to scroll through your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account without stumbling on a political post. And for Americans on both sides of the spectrum, that rhetoric is getting old.
Trump won. Stop picking on him and let him do his job.
We've been trying to avoid it because before you could talk about politics, it was okay, but now it's not.
It's caused rifts in families and friendships. On Twitter, reports of people uninviting loved ones to Thanksgiving because of political differences. And on Facebook, there's a support group for people who are sick and tired of hearing about politics. The most recent post: "The end is near. Hang in there." Even Republican State Representative Joe Gruters, who lives and breathes politics, is tired of scrolling through his Facebook feed to find more political posts.
I personally try to stay out of the tit-for-tat type discussions because nobody wins.
Gruters says the conversation often steers towards disrespect.
If someone still disagrees with me, I just move on, but there's no sense to continue to bash your head against the wall, because generally when people have their core political principles and they're not going to budge from those.
Democrat Susan Nylon agrees the political conversation can be exhausting.
It's a lot. It's more than we're accustomed to handling.
And also sees a great deal of disrespect, things she says people would never say face to face.
A lot of people feel that it doesn't matter what they do or say because they're not really speaking to an individual, they're just speaking to an idea. But the truth is there's somebody at the other end of that who reads that.
The American Psychological Association reports more than half of U.S. adults, regardless of party, felt very or somewhat stressed by this election. And Pew Research reports about a quarter of social media users changed their settings to see fewer posts from someone because of something related to the election.
It just seems like it's different than it was 8 years ago.
Clinical psychologist and author Dr. Daniel Van Engen specializes in anxiety disorders and trauma. He witnessed an increase in anxiety during and following the election.
There's an extraordinary amount of stress that's happening in families because of the election.
But we've always had two sides, and this is certainly not the first contentious election. So what's changed? Van Engen says social media could be to blame.
We have more disrespect and more anxiety to be assertive with ideas comfortably. So it is easier to type something without any cost or consequence.
Both Gruters and Nylon say avoiding that disrespect is key. Both say maintaining a healthy political dialogue is crucial for the future of our country.
No matter where you fall on the political spectrum, at the end of the day, we have to be civil to each other. You have to remember the golden rule of always treating others the way you want to be treated.
You can deliver your message without being mean-spirited, and your point is better taken if it's not coupled with bad language or extreme measures of hate.
We spoke to several other psychologists who all said they've seen an increase in cases of anxiety related to the election.
Kate, thank you.